allow me to ask you this. Is this the BJP and the current disposition's obsession with pushing down Nehruvianism and Nehruvian politics? Or is it just bringing front and center our history, our itihas like it was? Because it's difficult to believe कि दो लोगों की महत्वाकांक्षा या कुछ लोगों की महत्वाकांक्षा जैसे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा, उसकी वजह से इतनी सारी जनता का नुकसान सह लिया गया. Nobody liked the bloodshed that happened. 3 million people died, got displaced, and there was so much bitterness, and those lines are still drawn.
No, absolutely. I totally agree.
Would you really want to say that it was just the power-hungry ambition of 2-3 people and a collective that destroyed this entire subcontinent?
Yes, to a very great extent. And do you know something? Even Jinnah, I don't know how far ideologically or by conviction he was subscribing to an Islamic state. It was more of a mission. And in the very first speech in the National Assembly of Pakistan, he said, look, now our objective is over, now everybody would be equal. And one more fact which is not much talked about is that on the 14th of August, the midnight, when Pakistan was granted independence, the very first national anthem was written by a Hindu poet called Jagannath Azad. और वो किस्सा यूं हुआ कि Jinnah asked for a panel of poets who would have to write this. And when he noticed the name of a Hindu young poet, he said, look, okay, let's have this. It might send out a message. And the phrase of Jagannath's anthem was something different. It was like Sar Zameen Pakistan. It was dedicated to Mother Earth of the new country, nation. And then, of course, later on, it got changed. Then Hafiz Jalandhari wrote, jo aajkal hai
Jive Pakistan.
That's right. So, and the same night, Jagannath used to tell us, he's of course no more, he was Professor Emeritus of Iqbal. Even after partition, he kept visiting all the universities across the subcontinent for his Iqbal lectures. He used to take quite a lot of sadist pleasure in narrating कि जब मेरा ये बन रहा था कौमी तराना, तो उसी वक्त प्रिसाइजली मैं वहां से भाग रहा था कि मेरे कुछ मुस्लिम हमसाए वहां से आए, तो उन्होंने कहा साहब आपका तराना तो बज रहा है, बड़े खताब की बात है, लेकिन कहीं ऐसा ना हो कि ये जो राइट चल रहा है यहां आप मारे जाए और हम आपको बचा नहीं पाएंगे. So they managed his safe passage into this side of the territory. And therefore, what I mean is that it was traumatic, not only physically, it was also traumatic psychologically. It took a toll of every aspect of human existence.
So you agree when the Prime Minister says that this is a thought continuum?
Yes.
And I'm bringing it front and center because the Yuva of today, do they need to understand their history? Do they need to be colored by their history? Or do they need to accept and move on? What do they need to do? Because what the PM is saying is, और आप भी यही कह रहे हैं कि there is a fundamentalist कट्टरपंथ thought process, एक विचारधारा, along with those जिनको सत्ता की भूख है, who are hungry for power at all costs. Is it a combination of these two? And this continue?
Absolutely.
So is the Waqf to be seen from that perspective?
Yeah, absolutely. The two are intertwined and they tend to supplement each other to the convenience of these handful of. Now, going back to the part that you said about the Nehruvian, is it just deliberate that part of BJP agenda? No, because we live in an evidence-based era, so it is not that if I say somebody has to agree. I'll give you just 3 examples which have been, proven or disproven with the passage of time. 3 of Nehruvian initiatives. First, of course, was Article 370, which he himself told Mukherjee in the Constituent Assembly meeting, when Mukherjee asked him, could we have a rethinking, he said, Dr. Sahab, ye ghis jayegi ye dafa. But he was proved wrong because his own successors didn't want it to ghisofy. They found a vested interest in A. Second, his China. Sardar Patel kept warning him, but यहीं पर इसी दिल्ली की में चौवनलाई को परेड कराया गया था in an open car, and just 3 years later there was the Chinese attack, तो वो भी खत्म हो गया, the Chinese policy. Third, the non-aligned movement. Non-aligned movement died its death in just 1 decade, because Mrs. Gandhi was the one who did that. She got into an Indo-Soviet accord when there was an imminent threat of Pakistan aggression happening. And US at that point in time siding apparently with Islamabad. तो वो भी खत्म, non-aligned भी खत्म. तो 3 जो उन्होंने कॉन्सेप्ट दिए थे वो तीनों उन्हीं के 10-15 बरस के अंदर खत्म हो गए. And this, of course, this appeasement became a convenient tool for vote bank politics. And then it went on and got deeper and deeper. And of course, Waqf bhi usi ka natija aaya, Shahbano bhi usi ka aaya. But BJP, right from the beginning, from the times of Sama Prasad Mukherjee, has followed the mantra, the basic mantra of appeasement to none, justice to all. So justice, not to a single section of society, justice to every section of society, including Muslims, including Hindus, including Buddhists. So why should we have a different policy for someone who is subscribing to a particular religion? So it's, I think, doing justice to even the Muslim brethren. It's not doing them any harm.
Sir, there is a serious thought process now कि हिंदू आपको वोट देते हैं, आप उनके लिए कुछ नहीं करते. मुस्लिम्स लार्जली बीजेपी को वोट नहीं देते, आप उन्हीं के लिए सारे लेजिस्लेशंस पास कर रहे हैं. इंस्टेंट 3 तलाक हो गया, वक्फ हो गया. तो देयर इज दिस होल थिंग कि जो वोट दे रहे हैं उसके लिए कुछ नहीं कर रहे, जो वोट नहीं दे रहे हैं उनके लिए आप कर रहे हैं. एंड ऑल इन द गार्ब ऑफ ट्रेइंग ओके जस्टिस फॉर ऑल, अपीसमेंट.
इसीलिए मैं कहता हूं कि मोदी जी ने इस देश में हमारी राजनीतिक संस्कृति को बदलने का काम किया है. ही इज ट्राई टू ब्रिंग अ चेंज इन द वेरी पॉलिटिकल कल्चर ऑफ दिस कंट्री, द वे द पॉलिटिक्स इज प्रैक्टिस्ड. ये नहीं है कि उसने वोट नहीं दिया तो उसको नहीं देना. ये कांग्रेस का कल्चर था. हमने देखा एक पानी की, जल की, ड्रिंकिंग वाटर की नालियां, पाइप्स डाली जाती थी. जिस कॉलोनी में जनसंघ वाले होते थे वो उसको छोड़ देते थे. पर मोदी जी ने पहले दिन से ही कहा कि मेरी सरकार गरीब को समर्पित, किसान को समर्पित, महिला को समर्पित. जो वंचित है उस तक पहुंचेंगे, जो पिछली सरकारों की खामियां रहेंगी उसको पूरा करेंगे. हम ये नहीं कहेंगे. आपको हैरत होगी, मैं कुछ समय तक संगठन की ओर से काम देखता रहा यूपी के वेस्टर्न यूपी का. मोहल्ले के मोहल्ले जहां केवल और केवल मुसलमान बसते हैं, प्रधानमंत्री आवास योजना के तहत पक्के हो गए. मैं उनसे जाके पूछता था, मेरे पास वीडियो भी अगर आपको दिखाएंगे. वो कहते साहब हमसे पूछिए. तो फिर हम कहते थे कि पिछली बार वोट नहीं दिया था ना. तो वो मुस्कुरा के कहते, जवाब ना देते. तो मुझे लग रहा है कि मोदी जी ने ये वोट पॉलिटिक्स से बढ़ करके, हट करके, ऊपर उठ करके एक नई राजनीतिक संस्कृति का आगाज करने का प्रयास किया है इस देश में. वी हैव टू रीच आउट टू दोज हु नीड अस, द लिव टू द विजडम ऑफ द पर्सन whom to vote for. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर किसी ने वोट नहीं दिया तो उसके लिए करना नहीं है, और किसी ने दिया तो उसके लिए ज्यादा करना. फिर कांग्रेस और इसमें फर्क ही क्या रह गया? एंड दिस इज प्रिसाइसली द रीजन which Sama Prasad Mukherjee cited when he founded the Jansangh. He was asked by RSS what was he looking for. We would look for a kind of an approach where we would be part of the decision making. At the same time, we would not follow the policy that Congress has been following.